tracks of the Shanghai International Circuit await our drivers here in China.
Shanghai has seen its fair share of clashes over the years, one of which happened even before the 2005 race had begun, when Michael Schumacher collided with Christian Albers on the way to the grid, sending Albers into the air.
Shanghai International Circuit is a complicated low-speed track that demands high downforce. The series of rapid turns from 1 to 4 demands high grip, but the more the drivers warm their tyres, the more degradation they'll have to deal with. Race day has arrived, and the time has almost come for these drivers to fight it out, wheel to wheel.
Okay. Alright. Oh, welcome. Welcome. So... we're going to start by underfueling our cars, and because we forgot, we're going to push up the driver options. So we're going to underfuel by 1 lap, as is quite standard for us. Okay. So, Ricardo, with his 13th place start, I kind of don't like this. I don't like this. I do like this much better. Yeah, okay, I like this much better. Okay, good. Happy with this. Fine. So this strategy, so we're going to start on a set of softs. On lap 17, we're going to come in for a set of mediums. And on lap 39, we're going to come in for a set of softs. That is all things going well. We're going to start the race. We didn't get into Q3, so we can start the race on whatever tire compound we want. So we're going to start on those softs. So in terms of fresh tires, we have 2 sets of softs, 1 set of mediums, 1 set of hards. And in terms of scrub sets, we have 1 scrub soft and 2 scrub mediums. So we're accounting for all of our sticker tires. And we have a set of hards in reserve if we need. For Aerosmith. Oh, Aerosmith. Oh yeah, of course, because we didn't go out again. Yeah, okay. Fine. So, Aerosmith, I'm not too happy with this strategy. So, a 28.8 is what we're looking for. So, let's try a similar strategy. Let's do softs. Let's try... Is there a world where we can do a set of hards? It is slower. 8 seconds slower. Yeah, I don't know if I like that. If we scale the tire use back and do this as a set of mediums under normal use, I'm happy with this, and we do 28.8. It's kind of the same, isn't it? Well, let's keep this as a potential strategy C. But if we do this, okay, maybe we do this with the medium tires. Will let us hold on to our shit for longer. So the plan is that we're going to start on a sticker set of mediums. On lap 20, we're going to come in for a set of mediums again. And then our final 100%. Lap 41 come in for a set of softs. In terms of the tires that Aerosmith has available to her, she has 3 sets of sticker softs, 2 sets of sticker mediums, and a set of sticker hards. Scrub tires are 1 set of softs. Oh, that's it. Okay. Okay, so we're going to account for 2 mediums and a soft. So in the event of a safety car, we can definitely move on to some more softs. So that is going to be our race strategy. We have both of our drivers set up for this. It is time to begin the Chinese Grand Prix.
Well then, it's not long until we get started here, and we should be in for a tightly contested race. And here's George Russell settling in for the race.
Being 7th on the grid gives them a good advantage. This is a great opportunity for points.
But remember, anything can happen in Formula One. The excitement is building here in Shanghai. It's lights out and away we go.
Alright, race is on. Let's set up our driver options.
Keep that position if you can, please.
I feel like that's such a redundant voice line. Keep this position if you can. Like, that's not every driver's goal. However, Ricciardo does get past Alonso to get up into 12th place. Looks like in the background, these two guys are fighting, but Aerosmith is holding on to 20th place for now. Let's see how Ricciardo got past Fernando Alonso. It's wheel-to-wheel action, and he just gets the inside line. Heard a bump there. Heard a little bit of a bump. Alrighty. Nice. Fucking voice line. Okay, alright, let's take stock of our fuel. Okay, I've done my fuel calculations for this lap. So Ricciardo finds himself now in 12th place, 2 positions away from the points. However, Fernando Alonso is... Oh, actually, I was going to say Fernando Alonso is in a very, very powerful car, but also Lance Stroll is somehow behind us. I'm not quite sure how that ended up happening. Aerosmith is still holding on to her 20th place, despite the cars with softer tyres. Desperately trying to find a way past, but Aerosmith is not letting them. Ricciardo has dropped back from Alexander Albon, which is a little bit annoying. Kinda don't want that this early into the race. So DRS is now enabled. Let's go back, let's start employing the tyre strategies. So we're going to go for balanced. And let's hold on to neutral ERS use for now. God damn, the game's going really quiet on me. What the fuck?
You need to drop the pace.
So both cars are now running the same strategy. Ricciardo is now 2 seconds adrift from Alexander Albon, and Alonso is trying to find a way past. It makes sense for Alonso to try and get this job done now, although Ricciardo ain't making it easy for him. They're wheel to wheel, both drivers are wheel to wheel. Ricciardo's going to have the inside line, Alonso's going to have the inside line for the next, and then it's Ricciardo that backs out of it. As they come into the, well, you lost the position. You lost the position to Fernando Alonso, it's fine. It's fine. I would be happy losing a position to Fernando Alonso. Down at potato end of the grid, Aerosmith is still holding on to her 20th position despite the fact that the softer tired cars are behind her. This is good for us because it means they are going to absolutely devour their tires trying to get past her. Oh, and Bottas is now challenging Daniel Ricciardo. He has the DRS and Bottas... Ricciardo does not, sorry. A little bit of a weird corner there. Aerosmith does get overtaken by Iwasa. That's not entirely surprising. Let's see if Ricciardo, who is now going to have the DRS in the start-finish straight, can close up to... Oh, Ricciardo doesn't have the DRS. He dropped too far back to Bottas. That's not great. That is not entirely great. At potato end of the grid, Gasly is going to attempt to make a move on Aerosmith here. Iwasa has got past and is now 2 seconds to the good. That's not surprising. The Team RB car is a much better car than us. But, yeah, the Iwasa is caught right up to the back of Logan Sargent and is challenging the hard-tired Logan Sargent there. Ocon has just found his way past Daniel Ricciardo. Let's see how that happened.
Honestly, I don't think we can do much.
Let's take a closer look. Now we're watching Esteban
So
Ocon.
this isn't a DRS zone, so
There's
this
the
is going to be
opening.
on merit. And sure enough, just around the outside, absolute around the world, just sails past.
And Esteban
Beans.
Ocon is able to climb up the pack.
Beans, beans, beans. We do not want these people heading ahead of us. Now that we're in the points, our objective is to keep the people that don't have points out of the points, and also to try and finish ahead of RB and Williams. We're where our season objective is. We just need to hold this position for the rest of the year, which is going to be a bit of a hard fight. But the race is still young. The race is still young. Kevin Magnussen with his harder tires is pushing to get past Daniel Ricciardo. Now this is interesting because Magnussen, who does make a DRS overtake on Ricciardo. Oh, Ricciardo, you shouldn't have backed out of that one. You really shouldn't have backed out of that one. Yeah. On medium tires, that is a big loss on tire performance. Like, Ricciardo's soft tires are 87% and Magnussen's are much further behind. Can we try and catch? Jesus Christ, Ricciardo is dropping like a fucking stone. Jesus. But hey, the race is still young. Race is still young. Stroll is going to get past. This isn't going to be too much of an issue. As long as we keep ahead of 18th, so if Daniel Ricciardo finishes about 18th or above, and Aerosmith 20th or above, then this is a big bonus for us. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave you with the sights and sounds of a Formula 1 race, and I'm going to go refresh my beverage. Alrighty. Where's the Hibble commentary? I went for a break, Mono. I went for a break. I went for a break so I could refill my drink. But we're back. So I'm pleased to see that the race wasn't red flagged in my absence. The good news is that Aerosmith has actually caught on to the back of Logan Sargent, who with the hard-walled tires is a bit of a threat. Well, not a threat actually, but a bit of a target. I would expect us to be able to catch up to the back of him. Hopefully we can effect an overtake and try and meander our way past. Daniel Ricciardo is still in 16th place, trying to fight off against Kevin Magnussen.
Keep looking after your tires. Keep looking after your tires.
And interestingly, Lance Stroll has not found a way past Daniel Ricciardo. That is unexpected. That is very, very unexpected. Anyway, we're now 5 laps done on the 6th lap, just about to come to the end of this lap. For the lead of this race, we do have Lando Norris. We just got the tail end of that there, has taken the lead of the race from Charles Leclerc. Carlos Sainz is a second off of the pace, as is Max Verstappen with his hard tyres. He's fighting off against Perez, with Oscar Piastri in 6th place behind him, trying to use the DRS to catch up to the both of them. Perez is trying to make a move on his teammate, and he gets it done with an absolute Hail Mary down the inside, which is good to see. Stroll finally found a way past Daniel Ricciardo. I suspect there's going to be a DRS pass. Let's see how it is. It is. DRS is open, and Stroll just goes down the inside. That's a bitch of a corner, Jesus. That's a real bitch of a corner.
Oh, see that, man?
See that, man? So Ricciardo's now down in 17th place. He's got the DRS. He's trying to catch up to the back of Lance Stroll, but this might be a hard ask of our potato-esque car. Down at the Team Potato end of the grid, Aerosmith is still caught up to the back of Logan Sargent, but hasn't yet found the way past. And Pierre Gasly is almost becoming an absolute non-consequence in this race. He's on the soft tires, but he cannot find a way past Aerosmith no matter what he does. And he is burning tires in the process. No doubt I've called this out. He's just going to sail past Aerosmith within half a lap. Watch it. Watch this happen. Gasly is going to pass Aerosmith about probably around the bell end. Probably around the bell end. We'll have to see. Actually, my attention is elsewhere because Charles Leclerc is trying to retake the lead of this race. These cars are well, they're not side by side, but they are nose to tail. Leclerc dives down the inside. Norris cannot block twice. Oh, that was a bit of cheeky wheel to wheel. But with a bit of a lover's quarrel for first and second, Charles Leclerc takes the lead of this race as we begin lap number 8. Oh, look at that in the fucking sun. Oh, this game's really fucking beautiful at times. I want to get a good one of the Hibble F1 cars. Gotta get them screen grabs. Here's hoping Daniel Ricciardo, with this maelstrom that's happening up here, can use this opportunity to try and close down this gap. We're within half a second, so hopefully we triggered the DRS zone. And Aerosmith finds a way past Logan Sargent. Didn't see how that happened, but she may be about to lose this place. They come down side by side. Who gets the DRS? They both get the DRS. Let's watch how that happened from Aerosmith.
Now we're watching the action closely here.
So that's Zhao in front of us.
Opens up for them.
I don't know if it's Zhao or Zhao. I don't
And
know.
the overtake is made.
Depends what language you use for the pronunciation of the Z. Aerosmith is hunting down Zhao. She goes for the inside and she does an absolute blinder of a fucking Hail Mary. Hail Mary full of yeet, hallowed be my tires. And so she gains 2 positions within half a lap to get up to 19th place. She's going to be feeling pretty fucking tasty about now. Nice, happy with that one. Daniel Ricciardo is not feeling so tasty right now, but you're currently doing well. And the best part of this is Zhao's on the soft tires, so Aerosmith is using the advantage of having more tire life, even though the compound is harder. Having said that, Zhao is trying to find a way past again. But he can't do it. He's starting to back off again. It's gone from 0.3 to 0.6, still 0.6. Yeah, he's not really finding a way past. Ricardo has found his way to the back end of Kevin Magnussen, who is on the medium tires. Now, Magnussen has passed him before, but hopefully Ricardo can effect a DRS pass. He's down the inside line. He's holding the overlap. He's got the overlap. And he gets past. Now, I don't like this. I don't like Yuki Tsunoda being in the points. It's not the most ideal situation for us. RB are definitely going to finish the season ahead of us. I know this, but I'd rather them not be in the points just now. It does muddy the waters somewhat. So yeah, Ricardo's initial race process seems to be pretty shit. Aerosmith is actually, yeah, her I don't think I've ever seen her confidence this high. Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, look at Zhao might actually have some of the worst tires tied with Bottas. So the Saubers are not really good on their tires, and we have seen this in other races where we thought they were potentially going to one stop and then the car has just eaten all of the tire performance that it had. Which is very much a certified no bueno. Norris is holding on to the lead of this race from Charles Leclerc. Sainz is in third, who's being hounded by Checo Perez, who's on his medium set of tires. Max Verstappen is about a second and a half adrift because he's on the tires. Still a good performance from him. Oscar Piastri is in sixth though. Missing an overtake there. Norris and Leclerc are going wheel to wheel for the lead of this race, but I think Norris is going to retain the #1 position, or is he? Dang, son. Dang. Cars are side by side. They're still side by side for the lead of the race. It's soft tire against medium tire. They are wheel to wheel. They've been wheel to wheel for one quarter of the race. And Norris finally ekes out ahead on the medium tires. And Charles Leclerc at the half lap mark has to concede second place for the moment. Oh, I say that, but what? I looked away for half a second and Leclerc gets past. How did such a thing happen? How did such a thing happen? I feel this game does a good job of making Formula 1 less processional than the real Formula 1. Then at the Team Potato end of the grid, Ricardo has caught up to the back of this absolute freight train, which I can't get used to the fact that Lance Stroll is down fighting amongst the potatoes. Yeah, so this is a bit of an interesting situation, but Daniel Ricciardo is right onto the back of them. Is he going to be able to make anything as they come round what I'm affectionately calling the bell end at the moment? Ricciardo is going to get the DRS detection on Esteban Ocon. You looked away just as he was passing, yeah. Yeah, the picture perfect time. So everyone and their dog has DRS. I said Kevin Magnussen, he's just chilling. Oh, and Ricciardo's well, everyone's attempting an overtake, but it's all getting super messy. Ricciardo should have went for that gap, but I think the game mechanics as they are don't allow that to happen. This isn't like iRacing where you can just do like really unreasonable things. So it seems to be status quo for the moment.
And we have P16. We have Ocon in front.
And Ricciardo's choosing to hold onto the back end of Esteban Ocon. And with the exception of Stroll finally getting ahead of Alexander Albon, there isn't really much drama happening in this absolute fucking freight train. We'll have to see if Stroll can get further up the grid order. I would like to see Alonso get past Yuki Tsunoda. because that would work definitely better for us. Norris has regained control of the race with Charles Leclerc. Now half a second adrift in second. And I think we're finally starting to see the race string out a little bit. Speaking of strings, Aerosmith in 19th place is being hounded by Pierre Gasly. He is still absolutely munching tires like nobody's business. But here's hoping he can't find a way past. Aerosmith has at least got past the hard tire car. That was an important one to get done early. Iwasa in 18th place is 2 seconds ahead of Aerosmith. I think we're going to have to wait for Iwasa's tires to burn up a little bit before we start seeing Aerosmith be able to capitalize and potentially take an 18th position. Ricardo is still holding on to the arse end of this little maelstrom here for 14th place. He thought about a little look down the inside.
Update on tires when you can.
DRS is open once again. Albon is going to be attacking Esteban Ocon. Ricardo is going to be trying to see if he can do anything on the both of them. Albon thinks about the inside. They've got the overlap. He had very briefly the overlap, but then chose to back out of it. So that's a bit of a wah for him. Meh. How are we doing? We're on lap 12, and our first pit stop is lap 17. So we're currently doing quite okay on tire wear. Yep, we're exactly where we need to be for the moment. In terms of my fuel use calculations, we are currently doing okay on both cars. All right, Ricardo, let's deploy. Let's try and get past this guy. Let's try and get past Albon.
Understood.
Because Albon has dropped off the back of this train, so we need to get past him now. Aerosmith, we're going to hold on to yours just a little bit more. Let's see what Ricardo can do now that we've given him some oomph. Aerosmith is doing well enough without the ERS. Remember, the caveat with going to full deploy mode is you do wear out the ERS more than necessarily expected. Ricardo's trying the inside line, but has he got the overlap? I can't see from this angle. He does have the overlap. He is going to attempt the position, and he gets it. He is going to get it. So let's try and use the ERS to try and capitalize and get onto the back of Esteban Ocon. Hulkenberg is in the pit, so this is going to be a temporary overtake for us. Where's Hulkenberg going to come out? So what's he doing? What is he doing? So Hulkenberg didn't even have shitty tires, so is he going onto a set of hards? He is. That's hard tires. Zhao's in the pits, that's not unexpected. Bottas with his 38% tires. He's going to be in the pits very, very soon. We're going to allow Ricardo to just try and get past Valtteri Bottas. This is a time we want to try and capitalize. We want to get positions and hold positions. Because if we can achieve these overtakes before they make their pit stops, then this is going to be huge for us. Jesus Christ, that was almost a collision, Ricardo. Made me fucking shit myself. Jesus. Jesus. Unfortunately, that little mismaneuver from Bottas did force Ricardo to back off a little bit. He is trying with the ERS use. He's going to have the inside line, and he gets past. This is going to have to be a good run, though, because Bottas is going to get the DRS onto the back straight.
Good job.
But that was a huge one from Ricardo.
Ocon in front of you.
Oh, and Bottas is a kilometer behind. Bottas doesn't even have DRS. Jesus, how did such a thing happen? Aerosmith is currently in a very good position. I'm quite happy with this. Let's see if we can get past Iwasa. Let's try and burn some of this ERS we have and get past Iwasa. Let's hold on to our ERS because Bottas is now 2 seconds behind us.
Get ready.
Okay.
Okay, we're within the pit window. Actually, no. Let's keep burning. Let's keep burning ERS.
Okay.
Let's try and catch up to the back of Esteban Ocon. Once we get to within 1 second, then I'll go back to neutral. And we'll see what Aerosmith can do with the ERS. At the lead of this race, it's still neck and neck between Norris and Leclerc, who are on different strategies, and everyone else is fairly strung out until you get to the potato end of the grid. Ricciardo is catching up to the nearly 1 second gap to Esteban Ocon, which he is now within. So we're going to keep going until we have the DRS guaranteed, and then I'm going to back off this. I'll have to see how this goes. Aerosmith has taken half a second out of Iwasa. Pretty happy with this performance. Oh, this is going to be really marginal for Ricciardo getting DRS. Has he got it? It's going to be so fucking marginal. No, he doesn't have it. He doesn't have it, but he does have the toe. So he's using the toe to catch up to the back to Esteban Ocon, and hopefully, this is going to give him the ability to catch up. So we'll definitely have DRS here, and Ocon dives to the pit. Okay, let's go to neutral. Fine, that's not entirely unexpected, and Bottas goes into the pits as well. So as we come over the line, we are expecting to come in soon. I want to hold on to these tires at least for a lap longer. Yeah. Alright, let's just see what we can do. Let's try and build up ERS charge. Aerosmith. Okay, yeah, there's no point in us using ERS. Let's back off of that one. In terms of our fuel use calculations, so by lap 20, I want to be at 1.2. We're okay. I actually haven't done a lap delta calculation yet. This is probably a good time to do it. So on lap 15, we are delta 1 for Aerosmith. Oh, delta, yeah, okay, I'm going to call that delta 1 for both of our drivers. And we are, what are we, 47 seconds, so 60. So 60 seconds off of the lap, 50 seconds, I suppose. So with a delta of 150 laps, so the race will be ended by the time we get lapped. So we're still running. Jesus Christ. Hey Badger, how's it going? Okay, so at the moment my lap delta calculations show me that we are not going to get lapped this race as it stands at the moment, but that may change. That may change. George Russell has come out in front of Aerosmith. That's a bit interesting. It's weird seeing a Mercedes down at the Team Potato end of the grid. We are getting ready for Daniel Ricciardo's pity stop. Okay, if I could guarantee that we were going to get lapped, I would pit us early here. But I want to hold on to these tires as much as we can. Yeah, definitely as much as we can. How are we doing down here from Aerosmith? These guys have all got much newer tires, so I'm not too worried about, I'm not too worried about this situation. This is all looking pretty good. Oscar Piastri is pitting from up in the shiny end of the grid. I think that's basically it. There's a shiny end of the grid and a potato end of the grid. Let's see. So Piastri also goes on to a set of hards, huh? Our forecast showed that hards were not the answer here. But this is going to be a bit interesting. Yuki Tsunoda is in the pits. And as Daniel Ricciardo starts across the start-finish line, this is now going to put us into the optimum lap. So we're going to come in for a set of mediums. And let's just burn what your mama gave you. Burn it all, burn it to the ground. Our next set of tires for Aerosmith isn't for another 3 more laps, so we're reasonably happy with this one. Who's not
Just head
pitted?
down.
Understood.
So we're gonna expect to come out probably around Logan Sargent's neck of the wood. We'll have to see based on my strategizing. So I'm gonna consider this set of softs absolutely fucking ruined. Gotta be careful with Ricardo. Actually, we're probably gonna hit the cliff as we come in for this pit stop. They finally strung out towards the lead of this race. Norris is in first place, and Leclerc is now very borderline within the DRS. He did get the DRS detection here, but even this is starting to string out just a little bit. Carlos Sainz, with his absolutely worn down tires, is trying to effect the pass. Yeah, okay, we're very much gonna be hitting the cliff soon. But basically right as we come in for the pit, so I'm not too worried about it. Weird that we have a, really weird to have a McLaren behind us. Definitely not something you see every day. Jesus Christ, I thought you were going to absolutely fucking thunder cunt into the back of us. Alonso's in the pits. Is Lance Stroll coming in? No, the Lance Stroll is coming in. Okay, I was worried the team were going to double stack. And we are in the pits as well. So here's fingers crossed for a good pit stop. Our team doesn't necessarily always manage good pit stops. So this will be interesting to see how this goes. I think at the end of this season, we do very much need to up their salary. Okay, so teams are out. Here we go. That's not a good pit stop.
Reminder, throttle on pit exit.
That is not a good pit stop. So we were hoping to come out 16th place. We've come out 17th.
Okay, currently P17.
Meh.
Right up with Ocon.
Good enough for government
2.5
work.
ahead.
Good enough for government work. So we've come out right in front of Alexander Albon, but Albon
He's
doesn't
2.5
have
behind.
DRS. We do have softer tires than him.
But
Yuki
this is what
Tsunoda has overtaken
Now, this is turn
Aerosmith. Let's see
6.
how that happened.
It's there for the taking.
So that's the high-speed complex.
And they move into ninth.
Tsunoda does find a way past. Where's Aerosmith? Yeah, okay, so that's fair. Yuki Tsunoda with his newer tires absolutely does find a way past Aerosmith. That honestly isn't entirely surprising. Let's try and make these guys on the newer tires burn their tires, because that's going to compromise their race. We probably should have done this a bit earlier, but I didn't realize Tsunoda was so fucking close. So let's start burning ERS in order to try and maintain. So the Ferraris have pit up in the sharp end of the grid. Yeah, we've got a few more laps before we pit Aerosmith. So let's just try and keep Hulkenberg behind, because this is just going to absolutely fucking devour his tires. Albon, unfortunately, has found a way past Daniel Ricciardo on the inside using the DRS. Let's see if Ricciardo can find a way past.
This is my pace.
So Ricciardo's DRS is open, and Ricciardo did have a fairly reasonable run there. Ricciardo's trying the inside line. He's got the overlap. He's going to have the inside line. And he sails past. So that was a pretty clean move from Daniel Ricciardo. It's really clouded over here. We've now got 5% chance of rain. Okay, chance of rain remains pretty low. So pretty happy with this one. Let's try and catch up to Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll's on soft tires, so I think this is going to be a hard ask to catch up to Lance Stroll. But hopefully when Stroll and Bottas start fighting, that is going to allow Daniel Ricciardo to catch up. Although he's 5 seconds behind, so yeah, that's a bit... That is, as they say in the trade, no bueno. We're getting ready for Aerosmith's pit stop. It is going to be... It's going to be in a lap and a half. Let's start picking up the pace a little bit. I don't want to hit the cliff in these tires. But we do want to ideally try and hold Hulkenberg behind as long as we can. Although, as I said, that on the DRS, he gets the inside line. That's going to be a pretty decisive overtake for Nico Hulkenberg. Or is it? They're still side by side. They're definitely still side by side. But no, Aerosmith does concede the place. Alonso really isn't in our race. But you know what? We'll try and keep him behind. We'll try and keep him behind. Daniel Ricciardo. Oh, yeah, okay. Fine. So let's pit for our other set of mediums. So let's discard our main set of mediums. Oh. Wait, who's this? Oh, this is Ricciardo. So Ricciardo finds his way up into 17th place after Albon briefly found the way past him. So we're pretty happy with this one. Let's box on Aerosmith. Let's try and get her into the pits. I think she's probably the last one. Oh, no, these guys haven't stopped, I don't think. Yeah, okay. So the top 4 and Aerosmith and Sargent haven't stopped yet. Is basically where we are at. This is weird, once again, seeing an Aston Martin behind us. It's a weird look. Very, very weird look. Daniel Ricciardo is definitely chilling on his own. Ocon has caught up to the back of Bottas, so really hopefully this is going to allow Ricciardo to catch up to this pairing. Here we go, we're starting to see the top 4 come into the pit lane. Aerosmith is just about to come into the bell end. Looks like Alonso is setting himself up for a high-speed run. So even before the DRS opens, oh, they both have DRS, so this is going to be pretty neck and neck between Alonso and Aerosmith. Aerosmith doesn't really need to take this fight because she's coming into the pit lane, but we do want to make Alonso work for his money. He gets paid a lot of money, you know. We gotta make him work for it. Aerosmith now dives into the pits, so let's see how the pit stop goes for our. I was gonna say car. I forgot what number she is. Car number 60. She is 60. What's Ricciardo? Is he 34 or something? I forget what number Ricciardo is. Anyway, let's watch the pit stop because I want to see if we fuck up or not. Oh no, it's a bad stop. It's a jack issue. It looks like fuck. Fuck! So we lose 3.5 seconds there. Shit. That's really not good for Aerosmith. She's gonna have a lot of work to do. Beans. Yeah, that's really not good. Okay, we scrubbed a set of mediums off. How are we doing for the pit stops? Okay, I want to wait for the first round of pit stops to do, and then I'll do a lap calculation. So the reason why I do a calculation about getting lapped is because that determines my fuel use for the race. So at the bottom of my my little table, I have my fuel use calculations, my fuel deltas that I need to keep on top of. So as it stands right now, Aerosmith is okay for her fuel delta if she stays on the lead lap. Ricciardo is not. He's going to need to save a bit more fuel. We'll sort that towards the arse end of the race. But I want to wait for these guys to pit right now, because right now it's not very clear cut. So that's why we had to pay attention in math class. I mean, I had to pay attention in math class because I went to go get a degree in maths. Well, applied maths, I guess. Ooh, Ricciardo is right onto the back of Logan Sargent following that DRS zone. He might be able to make something happen here. Oh, he thought about a dive down the inside, but Sargent closes that door. Ricciardo is absolutely sniffing his bum cheeks. Can he find a way past? Oh, I was trying to get a good view of them side by side, but the camera cut off the nose of the fucking Williams. Oh, it looks like it's getting messy between these two. There we go. That's a bit better. That's a bit better for a screeny. So Ricciardo is right on the tail of Logan Sargent, whose hard tyres are starting to give up the ghost quite royally. We are coming around the bell end. Ricciardo is probably not going to make a move. He's probably going to set himself up for the DRS detection, which he has just gone through. So he's going to have DRS, but Iwasa might be a bit of a spanner in the works. Ricciardo, however, is diving down the inside, and he's made the overtake happen before they get to the DRS zone. So Ricciardo's DRS is going to open, and Sargent's isn't.
Okay, good job. Okay, that's...
And Iwasa tries to make this 3 wide. Oh, he tried so hard to make that 3 fucking wide. You took a level math, A-level math, but lost interest around the differential equations point of view. Still got a B, but fell out of love with it. Differential equations. I only say this as somebody who's done a physics degree, but I remember when differential equations were the peak difficulty for me. So Ricciardo now finds his way up into 15th place, and Iwasa now gets himself past Sargent and his own. Well, actually, does he? Does he? No, he doesn't. Sargent with his really scuffed-ass, hard-ass tires does find a way past. Math is for nerd. Shut it, Badger. You still work in maths. You're the biggest nerd out of everyone here. Oh, that reminds me, Mono, I told you, speaking of nerdery, I told you that I was going to show you my my collection by doing the just chatting screen, but I realize, oh, this isn't it. Wait, where the fuck is it? Oh, it's here. Yeah. I realized that like my old desk was an L-shaped desk. So the camera used to actually point at my display, which is here, but now that my desk is straight, the angle doesn't really allow it. So it's not, you know, that ain't how it be. That ain't how it be. Lies and slander. Yeah, I'm sure about that one. Yuki Tsunoda has a mechanical fault. Let's see what's happening to Tsunoda.
Surely some kind of fault.
Grabbers are fault. Well, it doesn't really tell us what's going on there. So yeah, thankfully there's a little maelstrom here between the Williams and Iwasa locked up as well. Jesus Christ!
Let's have a look as we go into the 13th corner.
The 13th corner. There's too many corners.
Very heavy on the brakes.
Oh yeah,
just
Jesus
unable
Christ!
to do much about it.
He could have absolutely fucking Hail Married it into his teammate there. That would have been, as they say in the trade, a bit of an issue. Yeah, Tsunoda's mechanical fault's actually really worsened already, so this is not good for him. Ricciardo's kind of on his own, as is Aerosmith, thanks to that fucking pit stop. What surprises me more is how you thought I'd seen it behind you. I don't think I've seen you with a different setup. Yeah, I had a few different setups over the years, Mono. No, honestly, it used to be a something of a talking point. Was people like, oh yeah, what's in the display cabinets that are behind you? And so I would explain it to them. I wonder. Is this it? This is it. Okay, this might take. All right, how are we doing? Can y'all hear me? Yeah, I know. I was going to. So the problem I've got is that my camera doesn't turn. It only kind of pivots up and down. I do have. I can unclip it since it doesn't fucking work. But I do have another camera which does allow for rotation. So oh fuck. So I can. I could have turned it and showed you, but when I plugged it in, it killed all the sounds. So obviously it needs some fucking polish on that front. Yeah. Okay, what are we working with in this race? I'm trying to see roughly where we're at. I was like, who the fuck is phoning me? It's 10 o'clock at night. Why do they always phone on me? Oh, it's fine. It's just a collection of people telling me, sending me fucking TikToks. Okay. So we are now just about halfway through this race. So as we approach halfway, let's take stock of this race. Max Verstappen is in the lead of this race, having been the only one to not stop. He's lapped Zhao, which is... okay. Interesting. Yeah. So this means Aerosmith is definitely going to get lapped. I really want him to... okay, I might do a fuel delta calculation based on Leclerc, who has stopped. Anyway, Verstappen is in the lead of this race from Charles Leclerc, with Carlos Sainz 7.5 seconds behind. Perez is in 4th, Norris 5th, Piastri 10 seconds adrift in 6th, Russell is 7th with his teammate Hamilton in 8th, Tsunoda 9th, this is a problem for us, with Stroll and Alonso behind, Hülkenberg 12th, Bottas, Ocon and Ricciardo are all running on their own. Albon, Iwasa and Magnussen make up the rest, and Sargent has just Sargent has just dived into the pits, which is going to free up this fight somewhat. Gasly is in 19th place. Aerosmith has now gone up to 20th, courtesy of that pit stop, and Zhao is going to... well... where's Sargent going to come out? Coming down the pit straight. Oh, this is going to be neck and... no. So, yeah, okay, Sargent. Okay, so I need to do some maths. I need to do some maths here. So we need to be on the leader screen. Okay, so we're going to call this one lap 27. There's a really fucking line in my ear all of a sudden. So lap 27, and they're doing a 98.2. So a 98.2. Ricciardo is Delta 1.5, and Aerosmith is... okay, Hamlin, I can't see for your face. Aerosmith is a Delta 1.5. So the difference between them is... so that is going to be 32 seconds for Ricciardo, and 12 seconds for Aerosmith. So that's going to be 9 laps before Aerosmith is overtaken, and about 20 laps for Ricciardo. So Ricciardo is going to be very marginal if he gets overtaken. Aerosmith is definitely going to get overtaken before the race is out, so I don't have to worry about that one too much. Let's see where Verstappen is in regards to Aerosmith. Yeah, he's about 11 seconds behind. So the math has spoken, it seems. So I no longer have to be very worried about Aerosmith's fuel, but I do have to be worried about Ricciardo's. So Aerosmith is going to get overtaken before lap 40, possibly before lap 35. Ricciardo, I think if he is going to get overtaken, it'll probably be around about lap 53, 54. We're going for an overtake though. We are going for an overtake on Esteban Ocon for 14th place. Ocon's on the hard tires, you've got even tire wear, but using DRS, Ricciardo does absolutely sail down the inside, which is always good to see. It's going to be on. Let's give Ricciardo some oomph to try and hold that position against Esteban Ocon. The only other fight that's happening in the field. Oh well, actually, Charles Leclerc has finally caught up to the back of Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen's had a really, really good run on these hard tires. Jesus Christ. Leclerc is going to... Ooh, very almost some wheel-to-wheel there. That could have been messy. Verstappen... I would consider diving into the pits here. He might have been on a one-stop, Max Verstappen. If he switches to the mediums, which he is allowed to do, he might only be doing a one-stop this race. No, he would need to go another good few laps actually before he could attempt a one-stop. Perez is currently trying to overtake Lando Norris. He's got the DRS, he's got the inside, he does make it work. And Perez finds a way past to take 4th place from Lando Norris. We're a pretty good maneuver. Do Nor, Per and Piastri make it to the end from here on these tires?
Okay.
So from what I've seen of Max Verstappen's performance, I think it would be incredible. Norris could do it. It would be incredibly... It would be tight. It would be incredibly tight. Piastri can't do it. Who was the other one you said? Perez. No, Perez can't. Norris is the only one who has a chance. From what I've seen of Max Verstappen's performance, yeah, Norris has a chance of it. Perez and Piastri, I really doubt that they would. I think they're definitely going to have to stop again. Just having a little look to see where everyone is on tire wear. Aerosmith does have newer tires than everybody in front of her, so I'm hoping to see her push up and try and gain on these guys. Everybody here has to pit again, but the more positions we can take now, the better it's going to be in the long run. Similarly for Daniel Ricciardo, I do want to see him catch up into the fight somewhat. But there's currently no battles going on that we particularly care about. So what we're going to do is we are actually going to go to 2X. Russell's diving into the pits for his tires. I'm surprised Verstappen... Actually, to be fair, Verstappen after a couple of laps is only slightly behind Charles Leclerc, so yeah. Yeah. He is making those hard tires go the distance. Yeah. The problem is Verstappen started on these tires, so we've only got one set of hard tires for the race anyway. But you know, if he could potentially put a set of hard tires on, he could go the distance. Putting a set of mediums on, he is going to be hard pressed to make that a one-stop. I think if he's careful, it's theoretically possible to one-stop onto the mediums here. But yeah, that would be a risky strategy. Is now a time to refresh the drink? We already did it. We already refreshed the drink. I refreshed the drink when you asked me why I stopped the commentary for a few minutes. It's because I was away making a drink. But yeah, well, this I don't have to pit stop my drink until the end of the race. Hey, my drink is looking weirdly redder than normal. Strange. Wonder if Copperberg have changed their recipe somewhat. Ah, here we go. Verstappen is finally into the pits. I am so curious. He does go onto the moon. He is trying for the one-stop. He is trying for the one-stop. Interesting. Interesting.
So we just have to get right down.
Speaking of battles that I'm interested in, Valtteri Bottas is absolutely... Oh no, Bottas has been overtaken by Ricciardo. Okay, I thought it was the other way around. I thought Bottas had caught up to the back of Ricciardo, but no, going absolutely around the world. Daniel Ricciardo... Oh, Jesus Christ, he had to work for his fucking money. Look at that.
Alrighty.
Nice. Yeah, Daniel Ricciardo had to work for his money there, but he does get past Valtteri Bottas. They are on differing strategies though with the tire use. But yeah, Max Verstappen, he is going for the one-stop strategy. This could be huge for Max Verstappen in terms of strategy use. He does come out in front of Oscar Piastri. If Oscar Piastri and his hard tires can happen to find a way past Max Verstappen, his race could be absolutely fuckled. I love the look of these McLarens. I really love the look of these McLarens. Speaking of battles, it looks like Lance Stroll has an absolute fucking fight on his hand as Alonso finds a way past on the DRS. And speaking of DRS, it looks like Valtteri Bottas has once again found a way past Daniel Ricciardo, which isn't good. It isn't good. Let's continue eating the ERS as we have it. Let's try and find a way past Valtteri Bottas.
Okay, keep it clean. Focus on the pace.
And Aerosmith still hasn't been lapped yet. Huh, interesting. Interesting, interesting, interesting. She must only be about, the leaders must only be about 4 seconds behind her.
Okay, good job, thank you.
Oh, okay, we did get past Bottas. Okay, huge. Huge. Alright, let's try and capitalize on this. Thankfully, Ricciardo managed to do this a little bit earlier in the lap. I think he did it at the bell end last time. So here's hoping we can try and pull out that second before the DRS detection. Oh, it's going to be really fucking marginal if Bottas does get this DRS detection. And he doesn't. He doesn't get the DRS. So he's going to come around this corner and he's not going to be able to open up his DRS to overtake Daniel Ricciardo. Nice. Okay, this is good. This is a good 13th place for Daniel Ricciardo. Aerosmith up in 19th has in fact caught up to the back of Pierre Gasly. The tyres on the Haas and the Alpine are starting to run off. So Aerosmith, it's now going to be Aerosmith's turn to get some DRS here. So she's going to have the DRS. It's going to open. She actually got a good run out of that corner. That would potentially be overtake territory even without the DRS. She dives up the inside. Should be able to get the overlap. She does get the overlap. Can she hold the position? She does. Gasly backs out of it, and that moves Aerosmith up into 18th place. Gasly is, in return, going to get the DRS, but he's going to have a monumental run to do anything with it. And indeed, he doesn't. He's 1.1 seconds behind. Still 1.1, 1.0, 1.0, not 0.9. There's nothing he can do. Let's give Aerosmith some juice to keep away. And Ricciardo is nearly 3 seconds clear of Bottas. So let's go to top up mode. Actually, let's try and recover some of that ERS as we hunt down Hulkenberg.
Charge on.
Once we break a second to Gasly, we'll probably end up doing the same for Aerosmith. This race is actually doing quite good for us. We're exceeding our own expectations here. You changed cardials, didn't you? Do you know something I did? I did, Mono. I did change cardials. Oh yeah, we have hella broken the toe to Gasly, so let's go to charge mode, top up here. I'll just keep an eye on things. Everybody has strung out a little bit, so let's go back to 2x. Let's see what the prognosis is. So in terms of our stops, our next stop is Daniel Ricciardo on lap 39, which is 5 laps away. Where does Stroll come out? Stroll comes out in 15th place, and Magnussen gonna come back out here. Okay, this is quite a good run. I'm quite happy with this. I do feel we are about to get lapped though. What did I say about lap 30? I said around about lap 35, but before lap 40. I still stick that as true for Aerosmith. My prediction for Ricciardo was lap 55. Again, we'll have to see if that actually happens or not. Pretty happy with the way these fights are looking just now. Bottas dives into the pits. Where's he gonna come out? He is gonna come out. Oh, he's coming in for a set of hard tires. Oh, this is interesting. Everyone looks like they're going to be finishing the race on very hard compound tires, whereas both of my drivers are going to move on to the softs. I sniff positions, guys. I sniff positions. Oh, I sniff positions here, for sure. Seems to be a little bit of a fight developing for 9th place between Yuki Tsunoda in his injured RB and Fernando Alonso, which is a fight no more because Tsunoda comes into the pits. And another fight is for 2nd place, with Lando Norris on the hard tires finding a way past, or trying to find a way past Carlos Sainz at the bell end. I don't know what this corner is called on the Shanghai circuit, but it will forever be known to me as the bell end now. Who gets DRS? It is going to be Carlos Sainz, I think, as they come into the DRS zone. Indeed it is. Can Sainz find a way past? He's got softer tires, but older tires. He cannot find a way past. Huh. So that will be Lando Norris for 2nd place of this race. Max Verstappen is still... Wait. Oh, no. No, Max Verstappen's here. That's Perez. Perez is in the lead of this race. I think he's probably going to have to stop again. Yeah, I think he's probably going to have to stop again. What are we, 20 laps to go? Yeah, he's going to have to stop again for sure. So the hard tires lasted for 30 laps. So anybody who has got more than... who's got 70% of hard tire life can go to the end. So that will be Norris, Hamilton, Russell. They're going to the end. Bottas is, Iwasa is, yeah, okay, these guys, all these guys are. All of these guys definitely are, yep. So we're going to be just about the only ones on the soft tire, so this is going to be quite interesting. So with only a couple of laps to go, we are gearing up for Daniel Ricciardo's pity stop.
1.8. So we keep focusing on the pace.
Yeah, okay, that is Perez right behind Aerosmith. So we're going to get blue flagged here, which is going to allow us to start burning some fuel. So on the minus -1 lap strategy, we can get to minus 1.5. That is my safety margin for fuel. I don't know if I want to start burning the fuel use yet. Okay, blue flags for Aerosmith. So Aerosmith will hopefully get out of the way in a sensible position that doesn't allow Bottas to capitalize, and she does. She fucking nails those blue flags. Lando Norris is absolutely sniffing behind them though. The good news about blue flagging in that place is that Aerosmith does get the DRS off of the leaders, which is going to allow her to pull out some distance to Valtteri Bottas, hopefully. And Daniel Ricciardo has Lance Stroll behind him. This is hilarious to me. These guys are side by fucking side. Ugh, look at those sexy cars.
Keep your head down.
Absolute fucking schmexy cars. Okay, that's enough screenshots I think for this race. Okay, pretty happy with this. We are getting ready for this lap. A lap and a half for Daniel Ricciardo. I think we actually start burning some rubber here. Let's just go to attack mode.
Let's try to take opportunity.
So Daniel Ricciardo is coming out the bell end, and so once we cross the line, this is where we're going to pit. So yeah, I'm pretty happy to start burning some rubber here.
No concern on tire wear.
I'm not going to burn fuel. I might deploy though. I might absolutely deploy. Let's try and keep Lance Stroll behind us if we can. But we do get held up by Hulkenberg. That's a bit rough. Hulkenberg's going to be pitting again. He might pit here. He does not. Fine. Oh, yellow's somewhere.
Hold behind you has DRS.
Virtual safety car. Okay. Fine.
There's been a crash.
Oh, Hamilton. Hamilton's crashed. What happened to Hamilton? So he's on the and the rear end just gives up on him. Oh, that's into the barrier as well. Beans. Heavy breathing. Okay, this is only a virtual safety car, so this isn't too bad. Hamilton has retired. We're gonna pit here onto the
So he's out the car.
Softs.
Be very careful with the debris.
Let's conserve, harvest, conserve. Fuck. If that had happened 2 corners previously, I could have got Ricardo into the pits.
Box, box.
This is probably gonna hurt us.
Yeah, box this up.
Probably gonna hurt us.
And keep up a bit of lift off for fuel, please.
Fuck, okay.
Gotcha.
It'll take probably about 3 minutes for Hamilton's car to get recovered, but we're under virtual safety car condition, so yellow flags are flying, virtual safety car boards are on display. Yeah, everyone who has a brain to pit is pitting. I wonder if we should pit Aerosmith here.
Stroll behind you now.
Hang on. Is there a world where we can... Is there a world... If we pit Aerosmith here... Oh... Yeah, I think we do this under the virtual safety car. I think we do this under the virtual safety car. This is risky. This is really risky. But I think we do this under the virtual safety car. Unless the virtual safety car ends before the lap is out, in which case we are absolutely not going to fucking do that. We're going to abandon Fuck Knuckles out of this. Okay, so we're gonna peel in. So Hulkenberg's doing the same as us. God, we need a good stop. We've had 1 failed pit stop and 1 shit pit stop. Come on, me old fruit. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. So we're gonna go onto the soft tires here. So Hulkenberg pit. Hard tires for Ricardo. Ah, it's a slow stop. It's a slow stop and we got held up. Beans. Beans, 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 and bugger fucking
And
Asian.
next one is Hulkenberg.
Still, we're just behind
Yeah, US Bottas.
Hulkenberg. This is fine. Aerosmith is in the pit lane. Let's see what happens here. That's a much better stop. That is a much better stop. Not fastest stop territory, but a much better stop. So this is going to put us at... Fine. Virtual safety car is ending. Okay.
VSC ending.
Okay, so let's
Okay.
push on fuel and let's do...
Charge off.
Yep.
Let's do standard tire use. Let's do light tire use and push. Neutral.
Warm up your tires.
Okay, virtual safety car is in. We are on the soft tires. Let's see what we can make happen. I'm actually going to give Daniel his ERS because I want to get to the back of Hulkenberg. I want to overtake Hulkenberg just now. Ocon is a non-issue. He needs to pit again.
Understood.
Yellows. It's not one of my drivers. Okay, don't know what happened there. No doubt get told by race control. Logan Sargent had a lockup. Interesting. Okay, let's give Daniel the juice that he needs. Hulkenberg's on fresh mediums and we're on fresh softs. Let's see what we can do. I think, is Aerosmith still lapped? Yeah, Aerosmith is still lapped. So I'm on a -1 strategy for Aerosmith and I'm on a 0 strategy for Ricardo. Although having said that, Ricardo might be about to get lapped.
Okay, head down, no problem.
Oh, this